If you've seen Takachiho Gorge on Instagram or Pinterest and thought, wow, it can't be that pretty, I'm here to tell you that it is, and here's how you can visit. There are lots of tours that will take you to Takachiho Gorge from Fukuoka or Kumamoto, but we drove ourselves there with the rental car, so that is the experience that I'm going to talk about today. If you are going to the gorge, all you really need is this little map graphic. It shows you everything you need to know, including parking lots, restaurants, points of interest, and the walking trails. As you can see, there are several remote lots, but we tried our luck at parking a little bit closer at the Ohashi parking lot. This parking lot is free, has a restroom facility, and is directly connected to a walking path that will lead you down into the gorge. We got there around 2 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon and snagged the one open spot. You'll see there is a parking lot that's a lot closer called the Aragi parking lot. It costs 300 yen. It can get pretty crowded and backed up. There's also this parking lot right next to the boat rentals, and that costs 500 yen per car. I personally wouldn't even bother driving down to this parking lot because there are so many pedestrians on this bridge that you would have to cross, and it would just be really annoying and stressful. Finding the walking path from the Ohashi parking lot was pretty easy and well labeled. It's just right down these stairs, but it was a pretty steep journey. There are lots and lots of stairs, but the path itself is really beautiful and winds through the forest. This path takes you right to the Araragi parking lot, and from here the view really starts to open up. There are some beautiful stone bridges with the more modern bridges built up in the background, and there is a running river with dramatic stone features. There's also this restaurant and gift shop with a gorgeous view of a small waterfall, and this is where we decided to eat lunch. Will got the set meal, and we were served green tea from this bamboo vessel. To prepare and serve tea this way seems to be traditional to the region. Bamboo oil is considered a tonic in Chinese medicine, and so when it's brewed this way, the tea is just extra good for you. From this restaurant, there are two paths that you can take. You can choose to go clockwise or counterclockwise around this loop. We decided to go clockwise, but it really doesn't matter which way you go. The walk is super easy along this paved road, and we were super surprised when there was much more to see than just the Takachiho Gorge from Pinterest. Right along this path are the beautiful Tamatare waterfalls cascading down the hillside. And then once you get to this area, there's so much going on. As you can see, there are several fish ponds, a little picnic area, and several restaurants and souvenir stores. One of those restaurants even has that thing where you catch noodles from the bamboo shoot, something I've definitely been wanting to try. We also stopped in one of the souvenir shops and got a magnet and one of these little things. I know it's not a Christmas ornament, but I am going to use it as a Christmas ornament. From there, we went on to see the highlight, which is the Menai waterfall with all the little rowboats. The best spot to view them is from this bridge, which can get a little bit chaotic. There are lots of people wanting to get a photo, and it's also an active road. So there is someone yelling or whistling constantly, shooing pedestrians out of the way so that cars can go through. It's not the best experience, but I guess it keeps traffic moving. The boat rentals are available to reserve 2 weeks in advance. I actually set a reminder in my calendar and went to their website exactly 2 weeks before our day, only to find that they had all been sold out. I can't tell if tour companies are just snatching them up or if I was too slow. We went up to see if we could rent a boat the day of, but that was impossible. I'll leave a link below if you want to try your hand at reserving a rowboat, but we didn't really think that it seemed worth it. I'm sure the pictures turn out really great, but to me, having a time slot would just really stress me out for the entire day, and I think you only get the boat for like 15 to 20 minutes. It's also just kind of a free-for-all, so it looked like all the rowboats were running into each other. Will and I both agreed that going to Takachiho Gorge, even without a boat rental, is totally worth it. There's so much else to see, and it's all so pretty. After spending some time on the bridge, we started to walk along this yellow path back toward the car. While this path isn't as flat as the road we walked on the first time, it's still paved and really easy to walk on. There are some great viewpoints of the waterfall along the way and many opportunities to take photos. It's a really nice stroll with lots of interesting rock formations to see along the way too. Including all of the walking, shopping, eating lunch, everything, we took our time. We were there about 2.5 hours. The only money we spent there was really on food and souvenirs, so all in all, it's a pretty affordable detour on any Kyushu road trip. From there, we were actually spending the night in Kumamoto, so we didn't have a ton of time to stick around. I do have some things saved though if you are planning to spend the night nearby. First off, at the Takachiho Shrine, every night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., the public is invited to see a kagura performance. This traditional Shinto ritual, music, and dance has been passed down since the Heian period, which started in the year 797. It's been designated as an important intangible folk culture property of Japan, and this is a must-see if you are spending the night near Takachiho. There's also the Amaterasu Railway. A 30 to 45 minute ride in this open-top railway car takes you over bridges and gives amazing views of the valley and rice fields. The last spot I want to mention is the Kunimi-Gooka viewing platform. It's famous for the Sea of Clouds sunrises that sometimes happen in autumn. It's very weather dependent, but people online say the best chance of seeing the Sea of Clouds is 3 days after it rains. If you want to wake up early to see that beautiful sunrise, best of luck to you. I'll leave a link below to the Takachiho Tourism Association's website, where they list lots of other highlights and activities to do in the area. If you're doing a road trip around Kyushu and want some more recommendations, I have a video that is a 3-day trip from Fukuoka to the Asokuju National Park, as well as the Kurokawa Onsen Village. I also just published a 24 hours in Beppu video that I will link right here for you, and I recommend that you watch it next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!